Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Before we get started, I'm going to fix my scarf because that's bugging me. And then I'm also going to share this video in our free group, which is Simple Business with Marissa Roberts. So if you haven't joined our free group yet, take a minute now on Facebook. Go ahead and join it. Let me find you a URL. Hang on, do I need to point you down? I don't know. I don't know if my tripod's going to let me do it. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, hello, hello, hello. Long time no see, everybody. If you've been over on Beautifully Organised, I would have seen you a lot over there. But I haven't seen you a lot over here, and I'm hoping that will change in the future. All right, let's do a quick share into the group. Where are we? And we'll do a little check just to make sure everyone can hear me. If you are watching live, say hi. And if you are watching in the future and you're watching the replay, say hi as well. Hi, April. We're talking business today. I'm talking Instagram. Press like if you go on Instagram. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick share. We're going to talk about our algorithms. Hi. We're going to talk about algorithms. Hi, Kaylee. Hope you're doing well. We're talking Insta algorithms today. I'm just going to quickly share this video. Hi, Mel. Just going to quickly share this video into the Simple Business group. Where are we? Share in a group. I really should have clicked on that button. Simple Business. Okay. Talking Insta and the algorithm. I feel like algorithm is a dirty word. I do. Okay, algorithm. If you don't think you can stay with us for the whole video, guys, there's some juicy stuff in here. So make sure you share it on your timeline so you can see it later, or save it so you can see it later, just in case you forget to come back. Okay, Simple Business. Let's share. Done. I think we're done. Can everybody hear me okay? Please press like if you can hear me, or say hello if you can hear me. I'll see if I can hear me on my computer. Oh yeah, I can hear me. Alrighty. Alright, let's talk Insta. So I was on the later.com blog. I've been doing a bit of research on Instagram lately. I've been able to double my following in about 6 weeks. And I'll talk to you about those techniques in another video. So if you're interested in finding out how I've been more active on Instagram and grown my following quite quickly, because I sat at, it's not a huge following, I'm only at about 1,600, but my sales have improved as a result. Aha! So I sat at about 750 followers for 2 or 3 years, just kept going up and down and up and down, and then now we're at around 1,600 and something. What are we at? And there's about 3 techniques I've been using to get there. So we'll talk about that, 1,680. We'll talk about that on another day. I hope you can hear me and not just my dogs. But let's jump in and talk algorithms. So the Later blog, later.com, they had a really good article up the other day. I think it came out on June 4th. So I've left a link to that if you want to read it instead of chat about it. But I just want to walk you through the main points. This is for you if you are using Instagram, but it's not your favorite and you're not on there very much and you're thinking that it's not really worth the effort. If that's you, stay tuned. We're going to keep talking and I'm going to show you how to stand out on Instagram a bit more, how to increase your visibility and really just show up. Not just get more followers, but show up more consistently to your followers so that you're actually building a good relationship with them, so that when it's time to sell your product, they're ready to buy it. Or if you're doing sponsored content, people are going to buy from the brands that you're working with. You really want to use Instagram as a relationship builder, not just as a billboard. And I think that the latest algorithm tweaks are really going to help you guys out, and me in the meantime. Okay. So we want to talk about the fact that the Insta feed is personalized based on how people actually use it, okay? So it's not one blanket for everybody. The first and most important point is to remember that as an Instagram user, as a reader, as a viewer, as a follower, so think in terms of you using the app, not you marketing on the app, you as a user. The algorithm is really based on A, who you follow, but B, and even more importantly, what you do with the people you follow, okay? So how you interact with them. And we're talking about things like hearts, comments, tags, just basically how you interact with the people that you follow on Insta really, really works to adjust your feed, because Instagram basically is saying, all right, well, this person is interacting with these profiles, so we're going to show that person more of that profile as a priority. Does that make sense? Basically, Insta's like, yeah, I know you followed a bunch of people, but we're really going to push the people that you seem to like the most to the top of your feed. So that's how you think about it from a user point of view. And I want you to think about things in terms of the big three. What are people interested in? The timeliness of posts that are showing up on Instagram, and what sort of relationship people have with the person they are following. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more detail on all of those. You can grab a pen and paper if you want to. You can ask questions if you want to, or you can just click on the later.com blog post if you want to read it more there. Okay, so the big three, interest. When I say interest, what I mean is Instagram is thinking, okay, there's a whole lot of content on Insta right now. Here is this person that is following pages, liking on these kinds of posts, commenting on these kinds of posts, tagging their friends in these particular posts. Right, so that person is very interested in those types of posts. So Instagram's like, okay, so I'm going to find similar content to those things that person is already engaging in, and I'm going to push that similar content to the top of that person's feed every time they log in. So it's basically saying, here's the pattern that person's following, let's show them more of what they want. They only know what you want based on what you're doing, right? So you might scroll through Instagram as a user and in your head mentally enjoy the whole feed, but you might only like one post. If that's the case, Instagram doesn't know you enjoy all the rest, right? So it's only going to pump out more similar content on the ones that you actually like, right? See how that works? It's what are you interested in? Instagram basically goes, okay, we're going to take a guess. Here is some extra content we're seeing from the people that this person follows. We think that's similar to something she's liked. We think that's similar to something she's engaged with. Let's pump that to the top of her feed. That's how the algorithm works. All right. Timeliness. I'll talk to you in a second about actions you can do for these as well. But basically, yeah, if you go on Insta and you like a cat video, you're going to see more cat videos in the future. Make sense? Yes. Okay. Timeliness. All right, so Instagram is prioritizing recent posts, but it hasn't actually got that right in the past. There was a bit of a blunder over Christmas and New Year last year where Instagram would keep showing posts in the feed that were getting a lot of engagement, lots of comments, lots of hearts, lots of tags. The problem is a lot of those posts were like Merry Christmas posts and Happy New Year posts, which are great on the day and get tons of engagement, because all of those people's followers and friends are going to be like, Merry Christmas to you too, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. So they get a ton of engagement, so Instagram's like, yeah, let's keep pumping out that post and showing more people. Problem is, a week after Christmas, those posts are no longer relevant, right? So now what the algorithm is doing is, yes, it is prioritizing recent posts, not always latest posts, so you'll still see some posts that are like a couple of days old in your timeline, but it's not necessarily only pushing the stuff with the most likes and comments, it's just looking overall at engagement. Does that make sense? All right, let me know if you have any questions about that one. So yeah, they're trying to find that sort of middle ground. All right, let's talk relationships. Think about in terms of how do your followers know you, okay? Because the more they do things like tag themselves in your photos or tag friends in your photos, the more Insta thinks they are friends and family. The more engagement, the more comments, if they're following your feed and they're only hearting, that's going to put them in one zone. But if they're commenting as well, that's a bit more of a personal relationship. So that basically shows up more as kind of your friends, your family circle, that sort of thing. If they're tagging themselves or tagging their friends and hearting and commenting and doing heaps on your posts, Insta's like, wow, okay, well, these people are close, right? So it's going to show you more in their feed the more active they are on what you post. Makes sense, right? And this is the sort of thing that I think we all kind of know in the back of our minds, but we haven't really had an opportunity to sit down and really think that through and go, all right, well, based on that information, what are the actions we need to take to get more visibility on Instagram? So that's what I'm going to share with you now. So as a marketer, as an online entrepreneur, as somebody who sells via social media, what do you need to do to take those concepts and make them work for you on your Insta feed? Okay, so Number one, you need to really encourage people to interact with the stuff that you're posting on Instagram. If you want to stay in front of them, so it's fine if they follow you, but if you want to still show up on their timeline instead of waiting for them to search your page and go over and have a look at all of your grids in one go, if you want to just show up on their feed, you've got to encourage them to take some sort of action on your post, right? Now, I don't mean do not post a picture that says, if you can't see my posts, Instagram algorithm is messing with us. Please like this post, otherwise you won't see any future content from me. Don't post that. It's spammy. No one's going to do that. Remember there was a whole spat of those posts that came out when Instagram first switched from newsfeed and showing everything in the order it was posted to the algorithm? Yeah, everybody was posting that. It just looks spammy. People got sick of seeing that, right? So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is just encourage them to naturally engage with what you're doing, like to actually care. We want them to show that they actually care about what you're posting, okay? So you want to engage with the people that follow you. Ask them a question in your post, right? Make your content so relatable that they can't help but want to tag their friend and get their friend looking at this post as well, because it's so relatable to their relationship. Make it so engaging, so funny, so entertaining, or so inspiring, or so intriguing that people want to share that stuff around, or they want to remind themselves that they agree with it, or they want to do something with it because they love your stuff and want to see more of it, right? So ask them a question, let them answer it and tell their experience. Or post a quote that's really inspiring for you, but share how it's inspired you and ask them to share their story as well, right? Don't just use call to actions like click like if you agree, because they look spammy, you're not going to get a lot of visibility. But if you do that sort of thing and say, hey, you know, here's my experience, here's why this quote means a lot to me, you know, what's an example of you being able to use that in your life? People are going to go on there and actually comment, not just write things like nice pic 100. They're going to actually comment and build a relationship with you because you're actually interested in what they have to say. And that's where, that to and fro, that's where you're going to get more visibility in Instagram. So you need to stop thinking about it as a virtual billboard and start thinking about it as the new modern version of pen pals, right? You're telling your story, you're asking them for their updates, they're updating you, you're going back and forth and you're doing it on your posts. Yep, that's what we want to do. You want to actually engage with people to encourage them to engage back with you. So yeah, if you post relatable content, if you ask questions, if you inspire people, you know what? The easiest way to do that is to really just think, okay, the last time I was on Instagram as a user, not a marketer, as a user, what were the kind of posts that I liked? What were the kind of posts that I shared? What, you know, like that I tagged my friends in? What were the kind of posts that I commented back on? If I think about my activity as a user, the types of posts I comment on are the ones where, okay, it's either things that have made me laugh or stuff that has made me think, or stuff that has made me feel like, wow, I do that too, and it's really nice to know that I'm not alone, or I have a problem with that as well, or I used to struggle with that as well, and I'm loving, you know, this thing that I'm doing instead, you know, where I get to give advice, or I get to show that I was in the same position, that sort of stuff, right? Or if I really, really got some sort of benefit from that person and I want to give them that feedback and say, you know what, you told me this and I tried it and it worked, that sort of stuff. That's what I do on Instagram. So that's what I want to encourage my followers to do as well. So less billboard, more pen pal, but virtual. Okay, you do need, when we're talking about timeliness, you do need to post consistently on Instagram. Now the whole how often do you post is like that how big is a ball of string sort of thing, whatever the saying is. So I'm going to keep it really, really easy. If you want to be visible, you've got to post once a day. But Marissa, I don't have enough photos. I don't have enough content. I don't know what to say. It's fine. Just post once a day. Post a selfie. Post what you're eating. Post a beautiful view of something you're seeing. I know these are all Instagram cliches, but do you know why they're cliches? Because so many people post them and so many people engage with them. I know there's a lot of you out there that don't like it when people post a photo of their lunch. But you know what? If the things that you talk about in your blog or on your Facebook page or just, on your presence in general online are food related, it makes sense to post your lunch. And everybody loves sharing their experience, and everybody eats lunch, right? Okay, cool. All right. I don't know where I got that from. I got that from one of my mentors. If I think of who it was, I'll share it. If you're watching it with you, let me know so I can share you. So yeah, you want to post consistently. So your photos, yes. Selfies, yes. Because the more you get your face visible, the more people actually get to know you as a person, right? People who know people and trust people and like people buy off those people. So that's where we want to focus there too. All right, so post once a day. Selfies, your photos, just random photos of what you're doing is fine. It's a behind the scenes peek at your life behind your business. So you can post that, that's fine. Quote pictures, you can go on, what's the thing called again? WordSwag, you can go on WordSwag, you can go on Canva on your phone, take a quote that inspires you, credit the person who actually said it, put it on a beautiful image and share that on Insta. Stock photos, you can do stock photos, you can tailor them to suit you and your branding, or you can just post them as they are and use them as inspiration for what you want to talk about. If they suit the topics that you talk about on Instagram, there's nothing wrong with using stock photos. I'm not a fan of using only stock photos. I like to mix them up a little bit. A couple of really good resources. If you're looking for free, go to Kaboom Pics, Kaboom Pics. Or for paid versions, Twiggy Posts is amazing. Jana? I'm not sure. But I love her stuff. So go and check out her. I follow her on Instagram. So if you want a link over, just go on my Instagram page and have a look there. Okay, so yeah, you can mix in all your content. It's one a day. So yes, you'll need about 30 pieces of content per month. You don't have to post brand new stuff all the time either. Let's say you had a blog post that's really, really helpful and you wrote it 6 months ago. Share a photo from that blog post as one of your posts that month. You know what? If you did, okay, let's say, so a month is 30 days, right? Let's talk in terms of 28 days, right? If you had 7 types of content and you posted those styles of content 4 times, that's 28 days. 7 selfies, 7 random pics of your life, 7 photos from a blog post that you've written in the past. That's already 21. Okay, 7 quotes, that's 28. You're done. 1 post per day is going to keep your visibility up on Instagram. All right, now, most important one, remember, in terms of actions, build relationships with your followers. Don't just consider yourself a billboard. What you want to do is post on your timeline, yeah. But then what I want you to do is go to your followers and have a look at what they're posting on their timelines as well. Because the more you engage with them, the more they're going to reciprocally engage with you. Have you ever followed someone on Instagram and commented on their post and they've replied to you and tagged you in their reply? When people do that to me, I feel really special. I feel heard. Yeah? It really increases the happy feelings I have towards that person. And as a result, I interact with them more on social media. And I share their stuff on social media because I feel like I've got a real connection with that person or that business. So we want to use that power for good, okay? So if you have followers commenting on your posts, yes, reply to them, tag them in your reply. And you know what? Pop over to their feed as well and comment on one of their photos. And do that at least 10 times a day. It takes maybe a minute for each one. So you're adding 10 minutes to your day. But you're really building that reciprocal shout out and that relationship and that connection. And you're really increasing the amount of visibility and trust that you have with that person. And they're going to become a raving fan and share you with other people as well. So yes, you want to build relationships. I'm about to head out. I've got to go out today. So I'm going to share with you 2 other factors about Instagram visibility and how you can increase yours. And then I want you to go and check out that blog post on later.com and come back and tell me what your thoughts are on this. But the other 2 factors they talk about are, let's keep it really simple. The more your followers use Instagram, the more posts they'll see, right? So what I would like you to do is start encouraging your followers to come back and check out things you'll be doing in the future. right? Instagram stories is great for this. You might post on your stories that you're going live this afternoon. Okay, so that's content they'll see, but it's also a reminder for them to check back in later. Yep. Or you might post that you're going live the next day. Or you might be running a series or a challenge or something where you want people to check in every day. You might have a 5-day let's clean out your wardrobe challenge going on, right? So you're encouraging people to go on your Instagram every day for the daily tip, and then they're checking in on a regular basis. Make sense? Yeah. Or you might post your content at the exact same time every day, whether it be a video. Oh, if it's a video, it'll be like a TV show then. It'll be a teeny tiny version of a cool TV show where people know to watch it at a certain time. So if you post a little video at 6 p.m. every day, people are going to start expecting you to post a video at 6 p.m. every day. And you can see then that they will be opening their Instagram app and engaging with you at that same time every day. And when they're doing that, what is the Instagram algorithm thinking? Oh, that person loves that person. Let's show that person more of that person. See how exciting that is? See? All you have to do is time it. Right? So show up at the same time every day if you can. Now, the other thing that I want to really focus on is this. If your audience follows a lot of people, as in thousands of people, you are competing with all of those people when it comes to showing up in your follower feeds. Yeah? So what I want you to do there is be really careful when you're trying to grow your following by doing things like follow for follow or follow loops. All right? Now, these sorts of things can work really well in terms of growing your numbers, but you need to remember that you can't just follow and follow back and that's it, because what that's going to do is grow your numbers but really drop your engagement. And if your engagement is really low, then you're not showing up in people's feeds. So you'll have a ton of followers that completely forget that you exist and never see you again because they never even think to go over to your page. Yeah? So when you're doing things like follow for follow or follow loops or whatever they're called, there's legit versions, there's really dodgy versions. You know, loops can be a really good way to find your target market and get in front of them. And I've used them myself, not in a spammy way, but in a connection way, where you can really see the people that you're targeting. You can see where they're hanging out and who they're interacting with, and you kind of jump in on that. And that's a beautiful thing. But if you jump in on that and you don't engage at all, it's not worth your time and effort. You need to go and find out who those new followers are, interact with them, build a relationship with them, and be a person. And yes, that takes a little more time. But what I find with social media is you're always going to sacrifice something if you're going to use it to make money. So you're either going to spend time on social media, you're going to spend effort on social media, building relationships, or you're going to spend money on social media with advertising. So I want you to sit down and think, okay, how can I make all of these actions work into my social media plan? What is it that I am going to give? My time, my effort, or my money? Okay, use that as a base point when you're jumping off, and you'll be able to go from there pretty easily. Okay, that's it from me today, everybody. It's 10:30, so I'm going to go. I hope that you found today's content valuable. If you did, feel free to head over to the website and sign up for our regular emails. Just go to beautifulyorganizedbusiness.com and you can do that. Or turn your notifications on here and you'll just see me pop up when I come up to do a video. Okay, I'll see you later.